Hi, everybody. I'm Helen Terry, and I'm here with Natasha, who she taught our Fun Friday class this morning. And here we are at the end of the class. I asked her if she had a moment to pop on and for us to just talk a little bit more about it and share it with other people. In the Natasha, I think you did such a wonderful job with creating the playlist, the idea that you had of putting this together, connecting with it being our month of Love Your Body, Love Your Life, and how you gave a little bit of, I guess, like honor, thanks to both me and Martha as your teachers in such a special, touching way. So, what would you like to share about the experience? How did it come together?
Um, well, first of all, I'm really glad that that came through as honor and love because I I I feel such a deep connection with you and Martha, and I'm so grateful for what you've brought to my life. And so yeah, when I was putting this together, knowing that I was going to be teaching my first Fun Friday, and Fun Friday is all about creativity and fun and being kind of spontaneous and doing something different, stepping out of our comfort zone. I thought um, I wasn't ready to improvise yet. I know on Fun Friday you often improvise and just go with, you request songs from us or we request songs and you choreograph it on the fly. And I'm not ready for that yet, but I reached out to you and Martha and asked you to send me some song requests. So some Nia song requests, some of your favorite Nia songs, and then some just fun songs that are not Nia songs that I could choreograph. So, yeah, it came together really nicely. I love the requests that you both made. And I put together a 60-minute playlist. I had the perfect number of songs and the perfect length to fill a 60-minute playlist, which I taught yesterday to my students and love it. I can't wait to hopefully bring it maybe next month. Um, and today I condensed and made a 30-minute version of it to teach. So it was a combination of Helen Terry requests, Martha Randall requests, and then some of my favorites that you both teach.
Yeah, it was beautifully put together. And I also like how when we have a 60-minute playlist, when we want to reduce that down, and I like the word reduction, meaning how can I keep the architecture of a great near experience? How can I really have those 7 cycles and a beautiful experience with only half the songs? And there's lots of ways of doing that. Yeah, like it be the first half of the songs or pulling out every other. I sometimes like to do the odd numbers in the playlist and then the even numbers. But however you crafted them together, I just delighted in how you wove all of that together in a 30-minute experience with a beautiful playlist. So I'm looking forward to the B side, but definitely this A side. You were pleased with how it all came together?
I love the way it came together. I had so much fun today. And yeah, I haven't taught the 30-minute version yet. So it was really cool to experience the transition between songs and the way they flowed. And I think just thinking about it now, the other 30 minutes, the other songs, I think they would fit really well together as well. It would be a different energy, a different playlist, but it would be fun. It'll be fun
This
to
is really cool, yeah. So I love how from one idea you have the resource. We had this class, and then you've got another 30-minute you can teach, and then also let's do both of them next month if we can. So the B side 30, and then also the 60. So this is what I love about our creative flow of our rock star team of teachers, how you all bring great heart and dedication and practice. And every time you teach, you're improving. But how we can also, like I came up with those C's today, I don't really feel any competition or comparison. And instead, there's this amazing collaborative and high level of just compassion of how we all care and what we're doing. I love what you shared about Paul Duff's comment today to you about his experience was he felt the most embodied today, and you shared that definitely resonated with you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is my fourth time teaching in the collective, I think. And so naturally, it's been nerve-wracking. I've been teaching Nia for a year and a half, 2 years to my own students. And none of them had ever experienced Nia before, so it felt very safe. I was still nervous as a new teacher, but safe because they didn't know Nia, they didn't know what to expect. And so teaching to a collective of there's a lot of teachers in our group, in our community, and then my trainers. It definitely brings a little bit more pressure, but like there's definitely a lot of love and support behind that pressure. So I experience nervousness, but there's ease at the same time. And today, choosing a focus of connection and just the intent behind this playlist um, really helped me relax into my body and feel connected to my heart, my spirit. And yeah, it definitely allowed me to be more embodied within the 30-day challenge group.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful. And I think that gives a great example of, I love the expression, and energy follows attention. And so your idea was from heart. You got a really clear idea that you wanted to navigate through. You've taught enough classes, you feel more relaxed with your regular class. You really I think you really have a deep relationship now with the 7 cycles, the architecture of the near class, and all of that came through so grounded, like you were calling out different moves of the 52 moves. I think one of your gifts is you can bring complexity, like some of the choreography, the music had fractions. You actually brought in your own choreography to some songs, so you've done that as well. But how you were able to cue that complexity of music and choreography, your style, but also your practice and your diligence, you bring this great level of everything feels simple, even though there is some complexity in music and movement. And your ease and calmness. I loved how you had me at hello, like within the first song, the way you cue consistently and clearly, and predictably, but not like a machine. There's like almost like a beautiful conversation. I think the way you use your words and your timing is quite delicious, that sometimes you give me a lot of notice, and other times maybe a little bit shorter notice. But I know you're going to deliver. By the end of the first song, I had this trust with you that it's like, even at late notice, I know there's going to be this lovely lyrical voice that will just suggest where we go next. And so I didn't have any anxiety around like, what's the next move? Am I going to do this? And how you just really bring us in just beautifully. So you have exquisite cueing skills that's delicious. And how you shared, like maybe underneath with this group, we have a lot of people like in class live. I think there was more than 20 people, but then also there's lots of people doing the recording. You've got lots of people that have been teachers for years in our group. And yet that little nervousness, I think, is such a healthy edge. We're covering the 5 principles of the body's way this month. And one of that is, the body the body demands balance, but also the body is balanced in yin and yang. And you just bring this confidence, and I can sense right at the core there might be this little, I'm doing this class, and it's still only my 4th or 5th class with the group. But that seems to be that binding that really brings the best in you. And like everyone said, those comments that you got flooded with at the end were so beautiful. But the thread of their comments was how not only enjoying uniqueness and greatness within our team, but the appreciation of development, of every time a teacher comes and teaches their class, that the community gets to see the improvement. So how did that feedback feel for you, receiving all that love?
It felt great. It meant a lot. It's always nice to hear. When I teach a Nia class, generally, I love the experience and I feel amazing afterward. And if I go back and watch the recording after, oh, that's a tough one for me. So I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I find sitting further away from the screen, having a cup of tea, maybe not like zoning in so much and just kind of a loose focus on myself, that helps. but it really helps me to hear the feedback from other people. I tend to use that feedback or hold on to that feedback to propel me forward. Yeah, it really helps. I know it's important for us to not externalize so much and rely on other people's opinions. And we're human, like this is life, it's nice to have people reflect back what they're experiencing.
Yeah, I think it really is good. One thing that we have in our group is that immediate feedback that you get right after class. And
Yeah,
I love the visual of let us be the hand beneath your foot to boost you over the next fence. And that fence can be like confidence or perceived limitation that really doesn't exist anymore, or just that, yeah, the cheerleading encouragement. But I think one thing I love is a 30-minute class, but those people who stay like today, I think some people stayed on for half an hour
I
afterwards. But
know.
that flooding of just it's that immediate feedback, and everyone, it's lovely feedback, and yet also really specific that you
Yeah.
can see what people like and how people can see your improvement, and receiving all of that right after class, I think as a teacher, if I want to be growing, I love that thing called deliberate practice. And that is, how can I always be stretching, but within my ability and having that stretch whilst being super praised and encouraged for all the greatness that I'm bringing. And
Yeah.
I really feel that that seems to be how this community is involved, giving you that feedback. And you receive it all so well, and you're so gracious with how you bring everyone in. I did love that thing in the class at one point, how you had everyone, let's come into Soma Ranch. We were traveling forwards and back, and here I am at Soma Ranch, and I felt like, oh, moving in and out from the camera. And
Well,
a gift for me also, yeah, go on.
I couldn't help but keep my eye on your space as I was moving. I was connecting with everybody on the screen, with our focus being connection. I couldn't help but sense that web of connection between everybody, and knowing that I'm coming to the ranch in a month. It's like, oh, let's all dance in Soma Ranch.
Exactly.
And the
Just
fact that
dive on
you've
in.
gifted me this experience. Like, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And yes, our community is wonderful. They're so supportive. I feel like we all have each other's back. I
Mhm.
was feeling quite nervous for this experience, and I reached out to Elaine beforehand, and she was really great, and we connected, and she supported me through it. So it's so nice, and yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful development, wonderful place to be.
Yeah, it's a beautiful group of teachers, and we're only in February, and already this is far exceeding my imagination or my expectation. I mean, this is really becoming a dream come true, and y'all have all
Oh,
just stepped up. And for me to be in England for a week with my mom, and knowing this is more than people having people sub my classes while I'm gone. Instead, I feel like we are bringing just so much greater value to the people taking class, and how we've really already evolved from a me. The last 2 years, I've been teaching every day, and now it's like, hey, I leave for a week and go team. Yeah, bringing in greatness and uniqueness and variety and excellence all along the way. So good job. Thank you so much for teaching. Thank you for how you weaved and brought me and Martha into the experience. I think you're very bold doing choreography. I was like, oh my word, I have not often experienced another teacher teaching my original choreography. And you're so detail orientated, yet calm, and beautifully how you deliver it. So thank you for being a teacher on this team.
oh, thank you. I don't know if you noticed me get emotional and in Return to Innocence. That really moved me. Really moved me.
Yeah, so it's beautiful. So thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for watching. Yeah, we really appreciate you.
Thank you.